Welcome to Soul Sense at Samaritan's Well. We're talking today about what's the process of marital reconciliation after a fight or after a conflict. I'll just do a brief overview of some of the essential pieces of reconciling after a fight. The first thing I want to talk about is just that humility is going to lead the way for reconciliation. There's a verse that I use in counseling very, very often, and it's Matthew 5:25. It says, "Agree with your adversary quickly while you're on the way with him, lest your adversary deliver you to the judge hand you over to the officer, and you be thrown into prison." So a big part of reconciliation after a fight is for one, or ideally both of you, to own what is yours. So that brings humility and integrity into the equation. If it's consistently the same person that's always leading with humility, then there's something missing. Almost certainly something that needs to be addressed. Honestly, the person that ought to be leading is the one who was more wrong in the conflict. Remember that the language of apology is key when we're working through conflict in a marriage. So the language of apology, we learned years ago, is 5 R's. Regret, I'm sorry, responsibility, I was wrong, repentance, which is more like a plan of repentance, restitution. So I tell people, if you run over your neighbor's shrubs, don't just say you're sorry. You need to buy them some new shrubs. So sometimes restitution is perfect apology. And then the 5th one is a request. Will you forgive me? So what I try to tell couples is you need to learn that language of apology. What do you most appreciate for your spouse to say? How do you most appreciate them apologizing? And then I want to teach that to my spouse also. So we talked about first, agree with your adversary quickly. Whatever I can own that I was really wrong, and then move into apology. But one of the keys to reconciliation is that you retain your integrity. Only own what you honestly can own. Sometimes I'll see couples where one is trying to get the other one to own something that's not really theirs. And so that's where we have this attack of integrity. And if that integrity gets attacked too much, that's where you need a counselor or a pastor or a mentor or another couple to help you with that. So we already talked about using the apology language that works best for your spouse. Explore that with each other. And you might need to overcome any long-term issues that either of you have individually with holding grudges or forgiving. What was it like in your family of origin? What was your foundation with forgiveness or not forgiving or holding grudges or not? Because this is a key part of reconciliation, is to get to that place of forgiving. Give your spouse time to own their part. Don't demand it immediately. I may have apologized to my wife. She may take some time because she's still hurting or grieving or upset, or vice versa. So don't push it, don't hurry it, don't demand it right now. Well, I apologized. Why haven't you apologized? You have to give it some time. If they don't apologize after a reasonable time, that's when you bring it up. That's when you talk about it. And to be honest, if your spouse consistently doesn't own their part, you probably need some outside help to get that integrity back in the relationship. So this is an overview of getting through the process of reconciliation after a dispute or after a fight. We just wanted to go over it briefly. Of course, in the end, we want to get to forgiveness and blessing your spouse again. So that's all for today. You can reach us at SamaritansWell.com. Thanks for watching.